How do you feel about staying at a mobile home tonight?
What? Is it the first day of Camino without some rain?
Yeah. I mean, we knew this was coming, but I didn't think it'd be this fast. Yeah. It's buen Camino.
There's guys ahead and you can see the water.
Easier off than not. Hopefully the last time we'll need this today. All right, so we're about 6 kilometers in. We're just passing a town called Foz de Douro. It's this beautiful little seaside town just a little bit west of Porto. And this is our first time officially turning straight north, which is the way that we're gonna be walking the entirety of the rest of this time. We haven't had any like breakfast or lunch yet, but we also haven't seen any other pilgrims. So on the last Camino that we went on, there were a lot of restaurants that were like pretty specifically open just for the pilgrims. We haven't seen any of those yet. So we're kind of waiting for that. I don't know how long we're gonna wait because we're both getting hungry. It's beautiful, and finally the weather turned though.
Now that the sun's out, I'm feeling a lot better. I feel like it's taking us a little bit longer to get into our sea legs or our Camino legs than I thought. This town is super beautiful. We're looking for some food, but I'm like manifesting and hoping that there's just like a pop-up tent on the beach selling hot coffee and like bifanas. I see some umbrellas. Maybe this is a cafe. This place looks great. Some coffee and some lunch.
All right, this is our first official stop on the Camino. So the name of this place is here. One of our biggest regrets on the first Camino that we did was that we didn't stop enough. We were always moving all the time. The first day we literally hiked all like 31 kilometers. Just straight. We didn't even stop for lunch. We ate our sandwich as we were walking because we were just so worried that we weren't going to make it on time. And one of the things that we really want to do differently on this Camino is just stop more frequently, a couple of times a day. Take it at a very different pace than we did the first one. Not so pants on fire, and a little more having a glass of wine 1 to 3 times a day.
Nice chicken sandwich, very healthy and filling for 5 euros.
Perfect first place to stop. Delicious. People were super nice. And now comes the hardest part of the day, which is getting moving again after sitting down after walking a long distance.
Our first sign in a really long time. We can get a stamp there. Matosinos Welcome Center, and they were awesome in there. And then we picked up a couple of shells for 3 euros each. So now it feels official.
Okay, so we're like halfway there, I think. We've walked probably like 12, 13 kilometers, I guess. There's been very few signs for the Camino, but here's one right here, which is really nice. They're way less frequent on this route so far than they were on the Camino Frances. I think without our app that we have, and we'll talk about that one of these days, I think without the app we probably would have gotten lost about like 20 times today already.
I was like having a little bit of second doubts about walking the coastal route this morning because of the weather, and it takes a little bit longer, but this is great. I feel like we should keep walking the coastal route if the weather looks good. I see another pilgrim.
We saw our first other pilgrim today.
That's what I just said too.
First one. There's other people doing this. All right, we got like 2 miles left, a little over 3K, and the wheels are really starting to fall off. My feet are so tired. Lisa's having to stop for stretch breaks every 5 minutes. We're We're definitely feeling our lack of physical preparation for this thing for sure.
Closed?
Yeah, close for the season.
Bummer.
This is definitely one of the things I was worried about on this particular route, especially during this off-season winter that we're in. All those places, like 8 in a row, closed. And not just closed for like today, but closed for the season. This one's the right one, for sure. This one, it's like kind of falling apart. Maybe it could be a dive bar. And closed for the season. Luckily, we're like 30 minutes away from our place to stay for tonight, so we're almost there. We made it. Here it is. I don't know if anybody's ready for us, but we're coming.
There are cars, so.
Yeah, a lot of camper vans too. I think we're the only ones walking in though.
We just checked in. They were really awesome and nice. I'm excited. And they sold a bottle of wine. This was only $3.65. Camper vans, RVs, mobile homes. This is nice. Are we the only Pellegrinos? I don't know. But they have stamps for us, and they must have walkers too. Special smells. This is so cute.
Room tour.
Room tour. This is our little mobile home for the night. First I go, oh, that's nice. This is the kitchen and dining table. We have a dining table, which is pretty cool. And it looks like maybe you could fold out the dining table to make another bed. Floor to ceiling doors and windows. It somehow looks a little bit like we're on a ship. It's a little firm. One pillow is bigger than the other.
Dibs.
We've got a little not walk-in closet. We have a little closet with some extra pillows. That's great. Some hangers. I think it's a luxury to have your own bathroom while you're walking the Camino. We love hostels and albergues, but gosh, this is nice. Let's see. We have a little stove. There's pots and pans. And then we have a mini fridge, so we should put our bottle of wine in there for later. This was, what, 42
€42.
42 euros a night.
Oh my god.
Best part of the day. Yay.
Yes. Day one. 16 miles. Let's
Time
go
to
eat.
eat.
Let's go eat. Let's
Yeah.
go eat. Okay, so it appears the same rules still apply here as they did in Spain, which is that we are always going to be too early for every single meal that we want to eat. Every restaurant around here opens at like 6:30, so she pointed us to a bakery on this handy dandy map right down here.
Burger. Looks not bad. French fries and a drink for 5 euros each.
Yeah, it might not look like anything special to you, but for us right now, with how insanely hungry we are, this looks incredible.
It turns out old habits die hard. We need to like figure out our routine so that we do show up at the right time.
Yeah, I think we're just still jet lagged, so everything's like shifted for us in the wrong direction. Today went pretty well.
Cheers to that.
So, topic of conversation tonight over the dinner. Topic of conversation is first
topic of conversation.
Yeah, we need a name for this segment. Wine and dine. Because
wine and wine time, like WHINE.
We'll think of something. Okay, so topic of conversation tonight is first impressions of the Camino Português.
I just love the route, the ocean.
Scenery, absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, that coastal route in like 10 straight miles of boardwalk was just incredible.
Totally different experience. It feels like, obviously we're in a very different country. The coastal walk is incredibly beautiful. It definitely doesn't have the feeling of, right, starting at Saint Jean Pied de Port where there's a pilgrim's office and you're meeting a bunch of people. I remember even when we were starting the Camino Frances, there were people walking outside our window. all throughout the morning as we were getting ready. And I remember looking out the window this morning to see if there were people walking the route, and I think they were just people going to work.
We only saw one other pilgrim all day.
Yeah, and
all day.
We never met them. Could be the time of the year.
For sure that. Yeah, it just seemed like, yeah, it wasn't as much, it's definitely not as built up. It's for sure not as built up.
Well, and there's so many different routes.
So much to love about this so far. The prices are cheaper. It might also be an off-season thing, but
yeah.
Everything was much cheaper. I think we're settling into the Camino rhythm quicker than we did last time. It feels like it, at least, in that we probably didn't at all last time. But I think to kind of summarize it is that we're still searching for a connection to this Camino. We still haven't like figured it out. Like day one, you get like indoctrinated into the Camino when you're doing the Camino Francis, when you leave from St. John Peter Port or from Sarria. Everyone you see all day are just pilgrims walking back and forth, and we haven't gotten that feeling yet of connecting to this Camino. And I think that that's what we're both waiting for. Wine and mime. Just mime.
Well, we're actually talking.
Mime the whole conversation.
Wine and dine.
Yeah, it just, you know, they might not be eating. Wine and recline.
Ooh. Can you see? He's reclining right now.
Let me do it again. Wine and recline. Feels like the right way to end the day. A little bit of wine and recline time. So yeah, I mean, that is it for today. We're gonna go to sleep literally right now because we're super jet lagged. And wake up in the morning and we're gonna do this whole thing again. Tomorrow we walk another 20-something kilometers to the next major town that I definitely don't know the name of, but I'll tell you that tomorrow. I don't know, you want some more wine?
Sure.
All right.
Wine and recline.
Wine
Bye.
and recline.
I'm out of frame now.
See you tomorrow.